It was tough. Obviously, they got the better end of us. They played a better game than we did. They finished better than we did. And personally, it sucks to intake, but realistically, you just got to take it and you need to move on and obviously grow from it and then become a better team by next week.
Folks, everybody sing. Now when the Saints go marching in, now when the Saints go marching in, yes, I want to be in that number. When the Saints go marching in, sing it again. Now when the Saints marching in, now when the Saints go marching in, yes, I want to be in that number. When the Saints go marching in.
All right, enough of that shit. I was there in person. I left out of the game at halftime. I hope I don't see another damn Saints fan for the rest of my life. I mean, did all of them move from New Orleans to Texas during Hurricane Katrina? I mean, damn, the whole stadium was filled, y'all. What's good? It's your boy BG. It's Bob and it's Kels, and we're here to do the post-game report. Well, somewhat kind of that. I'm here to give y'all my post-trip report. So welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Bob. Kels, how we doing this evening?
What's up, BG? What's up, Kels? How y'all doing?
I'm here. That's all I can say.
And, Saints came marching in. It is what it is, right? Blah, blah, blah. The inconsistent Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Here we are again. It's Suicide Prevention Month in September. I told you have to drink a little something or smoke a little something, especially when it comes to these Cowboys, because we had Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde last year, on the road and at home. We were so good at home. Y'all remember that we couldn't get a damn dub on the road. And now it seems like after losing 2 damn blowouts, which I was at and seen history get made on me in the wrong way, are the Cowboys going to be able to win on the road and just not win at home this season? Because I'm going to tell you that taste, I think, is worse in my mouth now than I think that Green Bay game was for a lot of folks that went. Y'all tap in and let me know. Bob, how do you feel about that game?
I mean, look, when all is said and done, the Saints have scored on every single drive they've started since the season started. They've got 14 drives in a row that they have scored on, would be a touchdown or field goal. We are not that team, so we looked pretty decent up against a little bit more of a dilapidated Cleveland team than I guess we thought it was, even though they do have a pretty decent defense. I don't know what happened from that game to this game, but what happened to us was we got punched in the mouth and kept our hands on our mouth the rest of the entire game. No way to recover. The tackling was suspect, and they just were hitting us for losses. They came in and bullied us. So
bro, we got no push on the line. We was looking at the film like no push, Kels. I know you've seen it because I know you pay attention to the trenches, Kels. Let me just tell you, what was the eyeball test for you during that game overall as a whole?
I would just want people to go on their Google and look this up. All this was the Pickle Juice game 2.0.
Juice game 2.0. I'm on the Google. Go ahead.
And the only reason I say that, because this was deja vu for Zimmer. Alvin Kamara already know Zimmer from his time when he was when Zimmer was with Vikings, because Kamara ran 6 rushing touchdowns on him.
Well, before we even start pointing at the refs, I ain't gonna say that we got our ass whooped. I mean, 6 straight drives, 6 scores, and shout out to the Pickle Juice game to give some context. Kelly tapping in with some wisdom here tonight. I've already placed that little quick write-up on there. If you didn't know, thank you. I didn't know about that, Kels. That was some great context. We're gonna continue to talk about that. But yeah, were you at the game? If you were at the game, I need y'all to tap in. Let me know what you see. Shout out to Cowboys Life Family 123 at Lot 11. We was live over there. Shout out to Big Rose Barbecue, the hat plug. If it wasn't for the love from everybody that I seen, all my Cowboy cousins, all my family that's out there, all my family, I like to call them now. It would have been even tougher. My guy Bob was texting me on the way back and was saying, "Damn, it's insult on injury with you having to drive back just to get set up in the lab." Yeah, I'm straight fresh off a plane. You know what I mean? So dedicated here with this. But if you tapped into the game, if you were there, you at the tailgate, y'all tap in and let us know in the comments, because I got a question for the show as we continue on with the context here. You know what I mean? This has kind of been the big question I've been seeing trending lately. Like, why did DeMarvion Overshown only play 17 plays in the game? What happened? He was benched. There's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of concerns and questions going on around that. Kels, what's your input on that just right off the bat when it comes to Demo?
Well, we know he just coming off of his ACL injury. So honestly, I won't know until I see the injury report, which won't be until.
Solgar asked, "What's your age plan?"
I'm working at maintaining my muscles.
For me, it's about keeping my hair healthy. How are you defining?
Oh, damn, you gotta love ads. Thank you, Landry Hat, with your 5011 ads. Trying to read something here. I'm sorry, Kels.
No, you're fine. So the injury, we won't get the practice report until 4 p.m. my time on Wednesday. So maybe it's just to reserve him, but I know he also took Micah Parsons out, because at that point, what was the need of playing? Because
that's what I'm thinking. Like, did they yank him because they knew we was getting our ass handed to us, and they were just like, "All right, let's just take the L." You know what I mean? And let's keep it moving.
They started to mix the first and second string.
I was told from some people I know that he has a hip injury. A hip injury is what kept him out.
What makes a life?
DeMarvion.
All right, I'm tired of Andrew here.
Yeah, I heard about a hip injury, but again, I don't know.
Well, that link that I just had up without the 5011 damn video ads, thank you, Landry Hat. There's been some speculation the last couple of days. Agent Zero didn't get his number because, that's Rowdy's number apparently. So I was looking for reasons on maybe why did he get benched or something. But Bob adding some context here, a potential hip injury. This not no grapevine. Kelly's on that pickle juice. This not no grapevine, is it, Bob?
No. It's not.
Okay. Well, that ain't gonna be good. Kels, I guess we're gonna have to find out with the intels what's really going on with DeMarvion. I didn't want to make this show all about DeMarvion, but I just wanted to raise that question because I see that kind of trending around, the social media streets and stuff like that. And so if you tapped into the game, make sure to leave a comment. If you're tapping in for the first time, this is Late Night with BDG. This is the post-game Cowboys Browns recap. We're not really getting into the weeds. Shout out to them folks. Got to drink something or smoke something, to deal with these Cowboys. We're not going to get into the weeds with this. I do have some stuff I want to share you with my experience over the weekend. So shout out to all my Cowboys family that was out there. I'm going to share some photos. So if you tapped into the game, if you're out there tapping in late with us right now, I know it's only 11 o'clock out there where Kels is at. Somebody said Kels always look tired in the comments. I mean, she's up late. She's tapping in like it's almost midnight. Folks got to go to work during the week. You know what I mean?
Actually, I'm not tired. I'm trying to get some info for y'all.
Speaking of intel, newsflash, 34 seconds left, fourth quarter. Falcons up 22-21 on the Eagles.
Ain't that funny? At home.
I just want to know, Eagle fans, before y'all, if y'all happen to win this game, are y'all in my comments right now? Because I know y'all been waiting. I know y'all keep refreshing on my page to come over here and let me know how the Saints marched in on us, and y'all potentially was going to get a win tonight. So let me know. Falcons up now 22-21 with 34 seconds left. Ooh, that's interesting right there.
Yeah, coming up next here, we got a really angry squad of the Ravens, man. Ravens are a running team, man, and we got run on hard. So I don't know what we can do at home again against a strong run team. And I mean, if he decides to sit back and pass, I mean, it looked like that was a weakness for us too. So I don't really know what kind of answers we have going into this game because Baltimore's lost too.
I got the Baltimore Ravens beating the Cowboys this week. Will you believe that? Yeah, I'm not going to be a Homer fan this season, especially after that inconsistency, y'all. I'm starting to feel like some of these other fans, like, what the hell is really going on with this team? With the inconsistencies. It don't make no damn sense. The Saints scored on 6 straight possessions on this defense that had 6 sacks the week before. The shit is frustrating, and people wonder why you got to drink a little something or smoke a little something to deal with these Dallas Cowboys. But I will tell you, if it weren't for that game, because I left out at halftime. Bob, what'd you say you did during the game? Did you watch the whole game?
No, I hit the gym. I hit the gym right around, right after halftime, right when halftime was ending. I was like, all right, I'm out of here.
Did you go to burn some stress or did you go to burn some cess? I just want to know.
I mean, I'm constantly burning cess, so it's the stress that I have a problem with.
Kales, I know you was out there in D.C., and we know that don't stand for District of Columbia. What was going on out there with the D.C. Nation fan club with the temperature during that game out there? It must have been frustrating. Did you have any Saints fans out there? Did you have to deal with it?
God. Let me tell you, the D.C. area is like a melting pot for teams.
Mm-hmm.
It was a couple of Saints fans there, but a lot of Lions fans was coming out in droves. And I'm like, where are all these Lion fans coming from? So, we just couldn't believe it because I know a lot of us, we did, we don't sleep on anybody, regardless of how they're playing, because a team is a team.
Any given Sunday. I mean, the movie taught us that.
And a lot of us, like, I had us going either 27-23 or 23-21. So I had the under. And some people had, the same score and everything, like for us winning, but joke was on us.
Well, yeah, and I don't really want to get into the weeds with that. You know what I'm saying? So just breaking news, if you didn't tap in, if you're not following along in our comments, I mean, this always makes it better, right? Are we still in the lead for the NFC East or not? 22-21, Eagles lose. Eagles down. Y'all better get up in my comments. Where you at?
I think the Eagles will still be in the lead because of it's going to be something. It's going to be a point off.
They already have a better running game than we do.
Well, I mean, I had the Cowboys at 14-3 kills. You had them at, I believe, at 11-6. My first loss for the season was at home. I had us beating the Saints. I didn't think the Saints were going to come marching in on our ass like they did. Oh, my God. Did y'all see that parade of that video going around? They had tubas out there. They were straight up doing the second line on Collins. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
Like, the Saints won the Super Bowl in Dallas. Would you believe that? Because I know for damn sure they're not going to make their own Super Bowl in New Orleans. Do I got any Saints fans on the damn line? Because I seen Saints fans in Dallas today. I seen Saints fans in Seattle. I seen Saints fans all at DFW or Dallas-Fort Worth Love Airfield over there. It looked like a damn Saints airport in there.
I know it's hilarious how the common goalpost move now is for everyone to say, as soon as Dallas wins a game, the Cowboys fans are all talking about a Super Bowl, but they neglect to always say that everyone who beats us feels the same fucking way after they beat us. So, exactly. I mean, I don't know. It's really, it's the double standard is something we should be used to. And that's really because we ran the entire 90s after really getting dumped on most of the 80s. So, we have to pay for that because we were so good and we were so dominant for so long and spawned so many great players into the league. But it's something we have to figure out how to ignore. And I mean, hopefully these young players can do that going into this game coming up.
I mean, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over expecting
again.
a different result. So BG not going insane with my Cowboys. It is Suicide Prevention Month in September, man. Call your veterans and check on them. That's a real plug. Call on your veterans and check on them. You know what I mean? As we get into the holiday season, this is the most tough, especially for veterans that are deployed. If there's any veterans, I need you to tap in, baby. We're in Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. 22 veterans die a day, baby. So check on them. But, man, the toxicity of this team, I'm telling you, I'm not with that. I'm not doing the same thing. I told you, 14-3 with the Cowboys. I got the Baltimore Ravens running all over our ass this week, especially after what Alvin Kamara did. How many touchdowns he had? Like 4 or 5. And just like, you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown. It was all Kamara. Like, I'm like, can we stop a bloody nose like last week? I mean, we was all, and shout out to my guy King Sharon, who's in the show here today. He will vouch for me. I told him this all weekend going into the game, out there kicking it. I told him, I said, look, man, if the same team shows up that's in Dallas that showed up in Cleveland, I'll be scared. Or that's what we need to worry about, because the Cowboys were favored at 6.5. The perfect trap game, I told King Sharon. It's the perfect trap game, especially for Vegas. I didn't tell that to nobody else. What happened? The Cowboys favored by 6.5. The Cowboys lose in worst blowout fashion ever. Like, man, I'm telling you, the Kool-Aid on my guy Zimmer, I am puking that shit up right now. It tastes like crap.
But see, even though everyone was talking about it was a 6-point favorite, I kept telling people, I was like, don't bank on that. Even though I had us winning, but it was going to be a tight game. It was going to be in the 20s. I was telling people, Zimmer, these people, it's certain people on the Saints team that is very familiar with Zimmer. Like I said, the pickle juice game. And then you already have Kamara, who knows how to run on any defense that Mike Zimmer has. And then you have Clint Kubiak, who is the offensive coordinator. So he's very familiar with them. So it was like I said, deja vu all over again.
I told you, there goes King Sharon in the comments, baby. Trap game behavior. It's no bullshit. Me and him were riding around and getting it all weekend on our own 88 behavior, pulling up at Playmakers, pulling up at Stoney's, pulling up at Zuri. Shout out to Star Status, Dallas, Candy Cowboys, all them folks. You know what I mean? We was connecting with our cousins, and we were talking about it this weekend. But, yeah, I definitely told them trap game behavior, baby. 6.5-point favorites. It looks like the perfect coup for Vegas to come in and rake up after everybody had the Browns the week before beating the Cowboys, right? Remember, they were 3.5 points, 6 points favorites. You got to pay attention, Cowboy fans. There's bigger things at stake here. And speaking of that, there are bigger things at stake. And I got a couple things I want to share with y'all. Like I said, what we do here is we connect fans on social media at live events. Every, home opener, what we're going to start doing is doing a tour of Stoney's museum. You heard us talk about it here on the page. You heard us bring him up on here. You seen that. We brought him up on here, had him talk about his museum. You know what I mean? But we had 2 tours during this home opener with about 13 folks that got to tour Stony Kirsch's. You know what I mean? We had somebody new join our network, and somebody that I want to give a special shout out here today as I can get to the post here. Stoney's tours is actually, they're building an Airbnb at his tour site. So what does that mean? It looks like BDG has dibs on the Airbnb, but I want to give a special shout out to my guy. I can get it up here. Dustin Wallace and his wife, Keisha, you know what I mean? We got to connect there. They've been following, they're from Fort Worth. They've been following BDG content, you know what I'm saying, for a while now. All he did was show up and show love. You know what I mean? As a result, he connected with us, hung out with us. He got to go to Stoney's tour. You know what I mean? This was an organic connection. We had some other folks that showed up out there too as well. Shout out to Cowboy Stars of the Carolinas. But I'm going to tell you, if it wasn't for all this type of behavior going on out in the trenches, you know what I mean? That loss, it would have made it that much more worse. So when my guy Bob was saying, man, that's a lot of insult on injury coming back, BG, with you know what I'm saying? I'm built for this, baby. You know what I mean? We got to know what this team is about. It's a new season, the same team, it seems, right?
I don't know, man. Last season we had a pretty good defense.
Yeah, we did until we got to the playoffs.
Yeah, there's something else that I have an opinion at the very least about McCarthy, and I just think, and I think that has a lot to do with our organization too. It's that the game has really evolved a lot since people like Zimmer and had come into the game and made any sort of impact on it. And I have a feeling that our coach, besides the fact that he doesn't really know how to operate a clock very well, he's not really evolving with the times. And I've got an issue with that. I feel like that's a mindset. And when you're trying to have a specific mindset in the locker room and within your team, but yet what you're putting out there is just, garbage most of the time. I don't know. I didn't see a lot of flashy stuff. I didn't see any innovation. I see a lot of reverses and fake reverses I saw happen in that game.
Well, apparently this Shanahan tree with all this motion or whatever, that seems to be the cheat code for the Dallas Cowboys, Kels. Can you speak to that a little bit? Have you heard about what's going on? Is there any connection there about this scheme? Because I specifically heard Micah in the post-game debrief say it was not the scheme.
And why would he say it was?
I don't know.
Because if you double backtrack in that same conversation, he did say it was the scheme. But I wanted to hear Kel's comments there. What was your take on that? I mean, how were the Saints able to score 6 straight times? Did Zimmer not make any adjustments? Because I'm still hung up on it, like some of our folks that are tapping in too.
Well, I didn't hear Micah's his post presser. But like I said a few minutes ago, you have Clint Kubiak and you have Alvin Kamara, who basically knows a Zimmer scheme. But what I can tell you was they basically knew the Zimmer scheme. They knew every play that they were doing. So Zimmer ran a cover 2. Malvin Kamara peeped it out, let his quarterback know.
So Kels with the intels are saying they got the intels, like they're sharing some of this information that's helping them pre-snap to be able to read the defense and execute at a high consistency, right?
Yeah. So maybe on the next show, what I'll do is I actually have an authentic Cowboys helmet, game helmet, not the one that you can buy for $330, but it's an actual game helmet. Inside of the helmet, on the padding, is a microphone. Certain players have that microphone. A quarterback's blind side has it. His receivers have it, whether it's a wide receiver, a running back. Sometimes one of the tackles will have it. On the defense side, whoever the quarterback is for the defense, which will be the edge rushers or a tackle, will have it. So Alvin Kamara has a microphone in it where he could have a conversation with Derek Carr. So when they saw that they were getting ready to do a double blitz, a cover 2 and a cover 4, he communicated that to Derek Carr, which means they were going to double team him, and that's how he was able to give it to his other running back in Taysom Hill.
James Beatty's tapping in. Kelsey says, so Zimmer needs to hide his defensive scheme. And I see what you're trying to say.
What Zimmer should have done, when you know that you're getting ready to play a team that is very familiar with you, whether it's coaches or players, you need to come up with a different design.
Yep.
Because they read him like a book.
So is that essentially a cheat code? Is other teams going to be able to do that? Or is it just an Alvin Kamara cheat code?
No, look how many teams have read us. We had what was it in 2019 when we played the Jets? And who was the quarterback at the time? Sam Darnold.
Sounds about right.
That was the only game that they won. He said, "Oh, we already knew what they were going to do. That's how we designed our playbook around the Cowboys."
Sam Darnold, you know what I'm saying?
But still, it doesn't matter. The quarterback can be Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, no, I get it. If you got the intel, you got the intel. That's what I'm saying. Are other
Right.
teams, you know what I mean? Is this going to be, I mean, if you're Mike Zimmer and you're the Dallas Cowboys, now that you know the gig is out, like, what are we going to do to prevent this from continuing? Because that's the definition of insanity.
The Cowboys have a habit of being unpredictable. And it's been like that for 30 years.
You mean like this kind of unpredictable? Like what happened to Big Demo only playing 17 snaps for the whole game? Oh, Bob did say he did get an injury, huh?
I mean, it was something that he was dealing with a while ago. I don't know. Again, that could be. Again, we don't know because until anything's official, it's just whatever the hell we hear. But
okay.
I mean, look, it's a copycat league, right? We know this. It's something that we've been hearing for a long time. That term got real popular when people started bringing the option from college into the NFL, like the Dolphins back in the day.
Shotgun.
But but the situation is this: it's a copycat league in every way. So not only is it a copycat league in how people play offensively, it's also how they scheme for people. It's also if this team did this against this team and had success, why don't we do this against this team and have success? So of course they're going to figure out exactly what the Saints figured out and try and exploit us the way the Saints exploit us.
Did the Saints do this? Is this what the Saints did to the Carolina? I mean, I know it's the Panthers. Well, I mean, shit, we should be the Panthers at this point after they did. I mean, shit, they embarrassed us. I mean, did they run the same kind of scheme? I didn't watch any kind of film. I haven't done any kind of research. So they played a totally different game with the Panthers versus the Cowboys. Oh, because the Cowboys are different, right? That's where unpredictable, and they got the
I'm
gap.
gonna tell you what the Saints did. The Saints played Carolina like they did on one of their preseason games.
Well, there you have it. As we continue. If you're just tapping in, if you did not know, breaking news.
And
Dallas
I have
Cowboys.
breaking news right here from my Cowboys inside.
Can it be better than the Eagles lost to the Falcons?
No, because we have we have traded places. We have dropped to number 3, and Washington is number 1.
Oh, that stings. So how is the Eagles number 1?
No, Washington.
Washington's number 1. Oh, then Eagles,
places.
then the Cowboys. Oh, shout out to the Eagles fans. I see them trying to pop up in the comments. Hang on to that L, baby. I showed you how to wear it, you know what I'm saying, from the stadium back to the crib, baby. Pay attention and take notes. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, how different is the Cowboys team going to be being first in the NFC East and being third in the NFC East? I mean, we're talking about a team that's amazing during the regular season. That's really all we are. When it gets to the postseason,
No. I think we're Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I think they reverse engineered this shit. I mean, that's 2 big blowout games at home, adding the Packers. I mean, the Cowboys haven't lost in that fashion. I think there was some history made, wasn't it? The most points in a half on the defense or some shit. Because they scored 6 straight trips down. Like I couldn't even look at my phone and look back up at the game at the 400 section before I heard the Saints fans, because they was all around the top section. It felt like it was 50-50 in the stands.
It sounded that way. I'm telling you, it sounded really weird.
There was Saints fans everywhere. I'm like, did they all move to Dallas? I mean, from Hurricane Katrina, you know, I know CD Lamb was from that area. Him and his mom, you know what I mean, moved out there. Is that what it is? Because I mean, they was everywhere. The Saints actually marched in, and I didn't like that shit. I marched out at halftime. My guy Bob, he said he marched out and went to the gym. What did you do? Throw up in the comments. Did you watch the whole game, or did you punch the TV, or did you smash some shit? Let us know. Did you smoke something or drink something? Tap in and let us know. Kels, what's the you said the division standings? That's what that was, right? So the Cowboys are 3. Yeah, we lost the game. I got the Ravens over the Cowboys this week. I haven't figured out what I got to look at the over under. I got a lot of work to do, man. I just got fresh off of a plane. I'm fresh in the lab, baby. You know what I mean? We built different over here. We really do this. You know what I mean? We really do this over here. And it was a lot of fun. I'm out there at the home opener. You know, Kels, I know you go to games, so you know what the experience is like. Bob, you go to games, you know what the experience is like. And I know I'm trying to get Bob to go out there because Playmakers, I'm going to tell you, Playmakers Bar is now on the list. I'm telling you, our list has grown from 4 things to do at a home opener to 8 things. We're adding Stonies, we're adding Playmakers, we're adding Drews. 8 things to do at a home opener.
No, I said, what are they?
Okay, well, you got to go to a tailgate. You got to go to Walmart.
Okay.
What else?
Yeah, you got to go to that Walmart for sure.
Yeah, you got to go to the Walmart. I went over there on Thursday because, man, Friday it was packed. to the gills. You know what I mean? You got to do rally days. You know what I mean? You got to go to a tailgate. The other 3-4 things we're adding is Stony Curse's Museum, which, by the way, they're building an Airbnb behind there, and I'll pull that up. But yeah, those types of things. Kel, what do you do? I mean, get Whataburger, the official burger of the Dallas Cowboys. Kels, is it Whataburger or In-N-Out for you? I don't think I ever asked you that.
You did.
What was it? I can't remember.
I told you I'm like.
Yes, you can change any day. Any day that could be a different answer.
Right, because I mean I'm a burger queen. I love burgers. But when I'm in California, you know, like when I go to different places, I have to try what they're known for. But you know, when I'm in California, I do go to In-N-Out.
Okay.
Of course, I go to Roscoe's and I go to Randy's Donuts. When I'm in Texas, of course, it's Whataburger and Papados.
Mm-hmm.
Up here in this area, on the southeastern states, I don't know if it's one in North Carolina. Someone, if you're in North Carolina, just verify for me. But I know in Virginia they have, it's something called the Cookout.
Yeah. Okay. So Kel's got her own list, but I try to make a pretty generic list, for things. But it's growing, and as you can see, Playmakers has been added. In case you did not know, you maybe have been streaming under a rock. Playmakers has been open since June of this year. It's in the Colony. Like if you're an Urban fan, like I know my guy Bob is over there, you got to get out to Playmakers, because guess what happens? He shows up. He pulls up. They got a blue cone. They got a blue cone in the front of the joint. He pulls up in his Bentley right up to the front. He just gets out and comes in. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy, King Sharon. That's his favorite player. We was getting our 88 behavior on. King Sharon wasn't even supposed to be up there until Saturday, y'all. But for some reason, he said, I'm going to come up there, shoot up there early. His one of his guys that he works with is a Saints fan, I guess, backed out on him. You know what I mean? Too bad, so sad for him. He missed out. So King Sharon shot up on Friday, and as a result, came up there, met me at Playmakers. We had Star Gang in the building. We had Star Status Dallas in the building. We had Cowboy Stars of the Carolinas in the building, man. We was getting it on. And then Michael Urban showed up. And there he is right there going around, getting his campaign on at his new restaurant, Playmakers 88. So that's one of the things, you got to do, especially if you can get up to the Colony. It's a little logistics, because it's about 30, 40 minutes north of, north of Arlington there. But, did y'all know, and this is pretty cool. Shout out to my guy, Chris, who was my Uber driver up to, Lyft. Make sure I give some proper credit there. My Lyft driver named Chris, his wife is a big time Cowboys fan, but he was from Philadelphia. He shared with me, he says, I talk to Cowboys fans all the time because I'm out here. He's like, did you actually know that there's a jail in AT&T Stadium? I said, I heard of that. I think I'm pretty sure. Yeah. He's like, you want to know which team was the first team to go inside there? Y'all want to take a guess?
Philly.
Bing, 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 bing. Winner,
So
chicken dinner.
Here's the thing. All stadiums, even arenas, basketball arenas, it's not a jail, it's a holding cell.
Well, technically, but we're putting them birds in the jail tonight.
Disney got it. Every crew's got it.
Right.
We're putting the birds in the jail cell tonight. They lost.
But unlike Philadelphia, they have an actual correctional facility. So they actually have a prison in their state.
Damn, because they be acting real tough. Is that what Atlanta went into Philly and beat them tonight? They went into the link and did that to them? Man, oh man, oh man. I know we're supposed to be talking about the Saints and the Cowboys, but we're past that. We're on now. You know what I mean? Especially to the Ravens. We got the Ravens at home this week. And I'm just like, after the Saints ran all over us last week, I don't think it's that bad to say that the Ravens are probably going to beat us. You know what I mean? This week, you got Lamar Jackson, you got King Henry. Shout out to folks that drafted King Henry. I got CMC and King Henry. Oh, draft CMC. Everybody, draft CMC.
That Madden curse comes back again.
Man, I have never picked another team, but now I'm in this pick business, man. I got to go figure out our weekly picks. Shout out to everybody that got involved with the weekly picks. But Kels put her yearly picks up at 11-6. I had mine at 14-3. What was your first loss for the season, Kels? Who would you have us losing to first?
My first loss would be Baltimore.
Yeah. So great minds think alike, and especially I told King Sharon out there, I was like, I hope the same team from Cleveland shows up in Dallas, and sure enough, it didn't.
Nah, I think the team that we saw in week 1 is still in Ohio playing. Because I don't know what was on the field yesterday.
Man, look, and you know what the best part about the trip was, Bob? I got to roll in the rod, man. How many? I know, Kels, I know you know about Star Mobile One. Bill, are you familiar with Star Mobile One?
I've seen them. The last time I was in Dallas, I saw the car.
Yeah. Shout out to Star Mobile One, baby. You know what I'm saying? BG was rolling around in the rod. We rolled up to the Star, man. We left Playmakers. I met up with Jamie Opelt of Star Mobile One. This guy ordered like Amazon $75,000 worth of car parts to his door in over 3 years. He built this car with his hands. And he calls it Star. He calls it Star Mobile One. And I'm gonna tell you, man, it was a lot of fun. I got some video. So if you want to see all that video, especially a lot of exclusive content that I had, especially video from this trip, you want to hit that white badge down there with a heart, become a subscriber. You know what I mean? We're connecting folks at live events. Y'all seen that here. We talked about Dustin and his wife Keisha over there coming out the Stonies. But man, rolling from Playmakers over there was about a 10-minute ride, but it was hot. It was about 90 degrees. I had the exhaust right up underneath my legs. I had shorts on. I think it singed off all the little hairs I had on my calves off, but it was fun because, I was on my phone. But shout out to Jamie Opelt with Star Mobile One because he pulled up. Me and him met over at Playmakers. And then after that, I rode over to the Star with him. I couldn't pass that up, but in the process, I apologize. I wasn't able to make the Super Cowboy and Princess Angie podcast on 7 p.m. on Friday night because I got a little logistically challenged because everybody shot back up to Playmakers that I knew. Star Gang had landed. Everybody was hitting in the house and showed up to Playmakers, and we all met back up over there. So I left Playmakers, went to the Star, and then came back to Playmakers. So I grabbed some content. I'm going to tell y'all, man, this is like the best weekend for me in terms of content, bro. I have grabbed so much. Like I was at Walmart, Playmakers, the multiple pro shops. Hey, ladies, I got a brand new video I'm about to drop tonight. Charlotte's Boutique. Charlotte Jones. Charlotte's Boutique in Omni Hotel. I got to walk through. I met the ladies in there. They let me walk through and do a video. I got all kinds of exclusive footage. Y'all need to go hit that white badge of the heart. Get down in there and check it out.
She moved her store inside the Omni.
Yeah, it's right there as soon as you walk in, before you turn left to go to the counter. It's right there. It says Charlotte's Boutique. They got all kinds. They got some grilled out kids' cars in there for the Salvation Army. So I shared those photos in the exclusive group. You can check it out. One was like 12,000, one was 15,000. So if they sell those inside the store, all that goes to the Salvation Army donation stuff.
Because she actually had a brick and mortar spot actually in the Star. She had her boutique was there.
I don't know. Maybe she got two now. I know she had one there at the Omni. So ladies, it's going to be dropping down there in the supporter group tonight. But man, I wanted to get on here because I didn't want to cancel the show. So I appreciate y'all tapping in with me late, Kels. I know it's almost midnight over there, but I wanted to get this off because we got this new week coming up. We got to start getting to these Baltimore Ravens here, even though I'm picking them to win this week. We still got to figure out a way. I mean, we got a lot of answers to try to find. We got some questions on this team right now. You know what I mean? Especially with Kel Shell with us here tonight in terms of how Alvin Kamara was able to cheat code with their offensive coordinator on scoring 6 straight consecutive trips down the field. Like, the shit was embarrassing. I couldn't even look at my phone and look back up at the game before somebody else was scoring. You know what I mean? And I know y'all seen it too, but I'm just, I'm digressing here. But man, I'm glad it's over with.
It was an embarrassment. Hey, did you happen to go to Raising Cane's?
No, that was in Dallas, and I didn't actually get to make this. The spots are growing that you got to go to, but I'm definitely going to hit that on the next one. That was actually in Dallas. So shout out to my guy King Sharon, who was Ubering your boy around.
I think that's one spot I don't want to go to.
Yeah, no, I wanted to go there strictly for the content because I guess when you go through the drive-through, they got the Star there that you drive under, and you know what I mean? Folks that'll never be able to go to Dallas will be able to see that. So I don't want to take any of that stuff for granted to be able to share that, but it's all in the supporter group. So if you're wondering, why should you support this content? Well, because there's a lot of exclusive content that you're not going to find anywhere else. I was carving up the Metroplex, baby. Shout out to my Uber driver. Shout out to my Lyft driver. Shout out to my guy, King Sharon, who drove up from East Texas, official sponsor of Built Different Group. So if you're in the running for Gym Rat of the Month, Gym Rat of the Year, you know what I mean? We still got this going on to Sharks 29 Celebrities Golf Tournament next year with One Star One Family. We're all growing here together. One Star One Family, also an official sponsor. Like, we really do this over here. You know what I mean? Before we get out of here tonight, I just want to ask both of y'all, what are y'all going to do this week to mend the wounds before we head into Baltimore, or before the Baltimore Ravens head into the house this week? How are y'all going to get ready? How y'all going to get amped up for this week? How you going to shake it off?
Well, I already shook it off, because once the game is over, to me, it's on to week 3 or week whatever it is on. But I know I'm not going to have a watch party on Sunday, because that's my dad's birthday brunch. He's turning 72. I should know this. So I still will be able to watch the game where I'm at. So yeah, but in place of that, I'm a have a watch party on that Thursday, since we're playing the Giants, and that's a color rush game. So wear your color rush for that Thursday. So I'm already over it. On to week 3. I'll drop the practice report in OAT.
And injury report?
Yeah,
Maybe,
well, that's
I hope I don't see Demarion Overshown on there.
well, that's what it is. The practice report. It will have everyone there that's listed for both teams. I may be going to Baltimore to look at their practice, so we'll see.
Man, she getting her Alvin Kamara on. I like it. Kale's gonna go get the intels. Bob, I know you left out at halftime and went to the gym to burn some cess and some stress. Are you over it, or do you still need a couple of days to shake this shit off?
No, man. I'm a 51-year-old Dallas Cowboys fan. I've shaken worse things off. It was a beating. Here's the deal. The chances of bounce back are huge. Baltimore could have a bounce back game from their losses and come back and whoop us.
They're 0-2. Yeah, they lost to the Raiders this weekend. The Cowboys weren't the only ones that lost. Shout out to Sam Darnold. We were talking about him earlier. He knocked off the Niners. Shout out to the Vikings. They understood the assignment. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bob.
No, I was just saying that bounce back is something that happens in the NFL. You know, we could easily now bounce back from this loss and completely lock down this Baltimore team and show everybody why they're an 0-3 team after we beat them, or we could be the victims of the bounce back. The real issue here is that counting on a bounce back is something that you get when you have a team that is inconsistent all the time. And that seems to be what our Cowboys team has been for so long. Up and down, up and down. Now we've rung off some, away victories. I mean, we've done that from season to season. I just feel like we've never got a hold on our own season. And this game right now, if we lose, which the chances are a little higher than usual that we will, if we lose, the outcome of the rest of the season is going to be pretty bad. I mean, the only thing that we have is the fact that we actually might be underdogs in this game, and maybe they play higher than they are expected to, because we tend to play down to our opponents too. So
we'll be talking about it tomorrow, because I'm gonna get in the weeds with it. But there's a quote that Mike Tyson has, right, that says everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth, right? And so now here we are. Y'all know November 15th. Mike Tyson is an actual Cowboys fan, in case you didn't know. He pulled up to the block. Of course, they're promoting their big fight November 15th on Netflix against Jake Paul. But there you have it. Yeah, that's all the Dak fans and Dak haters this week pointing the fingers at each other. All the Cowboy fans pointing their fingers at each other. And that's cool. Shout out to my girl Candy. She caught Iron Mike coming in at the tailgate. Shout out to Star Status Dallas out there. You know what I mean? Catching folks as they was coming in. I didn't know Mike Tyson was an actual Cowboys fan. I thought that was pretty cool, man. But hey, I shook that shit off, man, because I'm gonna tell you, just like my guy Bob left and went to go burn some stress and burn some stress and some cess. Yeah, that part. I left out at halftime. I went back to Cowboys Life party out there at 123. So shout out to the Hat Plug. Shout out to Big Bro. Shout out to Cowboy Life 123 or 123 Cowboy Life. Y'all know how it goes. You know what I mean? They have all the food out there. Hold on, Kales. Let me give my shout out.
No,
I gave you your time.
You good. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm just messing with you. But yeah, shout out to Cowboy Life family. I want to make sure we give them some respect. Shout out to everybody that was out there tailgating, because look, you got to be built different, man, to go to one of these games and have to carry an L all the way back. It's one thing to sit at home and catch the L, turn the TV off, and go back to your regular. But when you got to get on planes, trains, and automobiles and see Saints fans all over the damn place, You know what I mean? It kind of puts some things in perspective. I think I got some PTSD after that game. Now, What'd you have before we get out of here?
Oh no. James Beatty, his question about Ferguson. He's still a week to week basis on a week to week basis.
Thank you. Yeah. I thought that had already been known, but appreciate you going back and doubling back on that. But hey, this has been the recap show with Kels and my guy Bob. I appreciate y'all tapping in. It's the late nighter because I've been on planes, trains, and automobiles humping this L all the way back to the crib. But you know how Dandy Don says it, right? Y'all know what to do. We'll see y'all in the gym on the next episode.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.